Hey, it's Jordan. I need to make a really quick video right now because I bought this book called The Symptoms of Being Human, and I just finished it like 2 minutes ago. It's already like one of my favorite books of all time, and it's really good, and I wanted to do a review on this channel because the main character in this book is a non-binary character, and this is the first non-binary character I've seen in media, like in general. Like, I don't know any other book, movie, TV show where there's a non-binary character. Like, I know ones where there are like binary trans characters, like trans guys and trans girls, but not non-binary characters. And the one in this book specifically is gender fluid. And what I really like about it is that the character is very realistic. I feel like a lot of people, especially like trans kids in this day and age, can really relate to them because of, I don't know, they're kind of sarcastic and snarky in their attitude. But also this character goes through, like, they go through stuff like gender dysphoria and anxiety and depression, and that's a very relevant thing with a lot of teenage trans kids these days, and just teenage trans kids in general. The thing I really liked about it was that it is never, the main character's assigned gender at birth is never revealed in the entire book. And that's great because you, one, don't know it going into the book, so you don't have any, pre-assumed ideas of what this character's going to be like, because even though as much as we try not to, it's kind of a thing that happens. I don't know, I try not to do that, but I still catch myself thinking like that sometimes. It's just kind of a thing you gotta work through, but you don't go into this book thinking any of that because you don't know the character's assigned gender at birth, and you don't end up switching your perspective on this character because of that, because you never find out what it is. As for the story itself, it's really compelling, really fast, not really fast, it's just a really well written story. I loved it a lot. There's great characters, very realistic situations. Some of the stuff kind of is, there's some slightly unrealistic things about it, but it's just kind of the realistic where, like, it's the normal kind of unrealisticness you'd get from a story about teenagers where, like, I don't know, they always have money to go out for food. But I found the characters really realistic and really relatable. Like, I feel like a lot of people could have an easy time connecting with them. It's just such a good book. I read it in like 2 days. It was amazing. I figure I should get a brief summary on the story and the plot in general. So, The Symptoms of Being Human by Jeff Garvin, that's what the book is called, is a story about a gender fluid kid named Riley who transfers to a new school, and they're not out to their parents or to anyone they know, just like their therapist. And it's about them, like, struggling with dysphoria and anxiety as they go through their life without being out to anyone, so they can't really present the way they want to present. And also, they run, and they started doing an anonymous blog, to, like, vent about some of the things they go through. And this blog, like, eventually goes viral, and all those repercussions have effects on Riley's life, and it's, like, how they deal with those repercussions and how they help other trans kids and stuff. And it's such a good book, and it's just amazing. And the thing I found out, since I just finished it, is that at the very end of the book, after the author's note, is the author included a whole list of resources for trans kids. Like, there's the Trevor Project, and here, if I can just find the page, there's Trans Lifeline, the Trevor Project, National Center for Trans Equality, Trans Law Center, and a couple websites for, like, anxiety and depression. And I thought that was really cool because the author did a lot of research for this book and found out how there's a lot of unfortunate things that trans teenagers have to go through these days, and that it's just, not all of them have great resources or don't know where to turn to. So the fact that the author included them in this book is great, and I'm definitely going to be checking out a few of them because I'm a huge nerd for this kind of stuff. So I would highly recommend this book. It's beautifully written. The character is amazing. I fell in love with him immediately, and it's just such an amazing read. And it's the first time I've read a book where I was able to relate to the character really strongly because we shared something like our gender, and I was able to connect with, like, the dysphoria and the depression and all the stuff they were going through, and, like, how to come out to their parents and what their friends would think of them when they came out and all that. And it's just a wonderful read, and I highly recommend it.